Okay, today let's continue doing exercises on the workbook. Now open your books, page 34, exercise 55. Replace X in the following sentence by either who or which. Y by either he, she, or it, and Z by either his, her, its, or their. If two or more answers are possible, give them both or all. Okay, number one. Roa?
I know a man who could help you. He is very kind.
إذا we can say here I know a man يا نقول هو أو ذات طبعا هو مع البيرسون ذات نقدر نستخدم مع البيرسون مع الثينج okay يعني we can say I know a man who or that could help you he is very kind next yes Roa?
I have a friend who could help you. He or she is very kind.
إذا I have a friend طبعا friend we don't know when girl or boy so in this case طبعا we use who أو that with she or he is very kind or she is very kind next Lema
I have an aunt who could tell you, but she is rather a poor.
Yes, إذا I have an aunt. He, who or that طبعا نستخدم who or that could tell you, but she is rather poor. Yes. Next. Rahaf.
My neighbor, who is an expert on such matters, will tell you, but she or he is out at the moment.
Okay, good. My neighbor who أو نقدر نستخدم that who or that is an expert will tell you, but he or she طبعا neighbor could be both male or female. Next. Rahaf.
The committee, which meets every Wednesday, has not yet made up its mind.
Good. Then the committee which meets every Wednesday has not yet made up its mind. Next. Yes, Rahaf.
Six, the committee, who are very sympathetic, are giving the matter their careful consideration.
إذا هنا the committee استخدمناه who are بينما sentence number 5 قلنا which اوكي طبعا هنا فعلا committee which هنا كايش كيونت بينما نقول committee who are هنا فعلا يعني members of the committee okay so who are very sympathetic أو نقدر نستخدم that are very sympathetic are giving the matter their careful لأن هون في عندنا كوميتي كسنجولار كوميتي كبلورال next لما
The group who dominated society then was the family. They continued to do so for century.
the group and the group هنا كيونت ونقول the group which أو that dominates society then was the family it continued to do so When we deal with the treat group as inanimate, okay? Yeah, not a human. Next. Next. Rahaf?
Yeah. The family, who were seriously worried, met to discuss the scandal. They decide to try to hush it up.
Okay, then the family who were seriously worried, they decided. Yes. Next. Next. Mm. The baby. What can we use here? The baby.
Which had fallen?
طب ليش اتعمل البيبي ك inanimate؟ لأنه بعده بكون يعني he is not what? He is not yet grown up. So we use which here, the baby which had fallen out of what? It's. Continue to scream as loudly as
it could.
It could, yes, it could. Yes. Next. Next. Rahaf.
دكتور
Hmm.
عند had fallen out of إيش؟
It's. أنا which it's. Okay, Rahaf.
Yes, doctor.
Hmm.
The poor pet with her 5 puppies
Hmm.
lay shivering in the corner. She showed no inclination to move.
وبنقدر نستخدم bitch هنا who hair و it's.
Hair
with the poor
it's
bitch with hair أو it's. 5 puppies lay shivering in the corner. She or it showed no inclination. Next. لما.
دكتور رفعتها بالغلط.
نعم. مش صعبة يعني هون الاكسرسايز is easy. Yes.
Can I, doctor?
Yes.
The majority who are in favor of the new measure want to make their voices heard.
إذن the majority who are in favor of the new measures want to make their voices heard. The last one. The last one. Hussam.
Japan, which was isolated from the rest of the world for nearly 300 years, has now taken its place as a member of a world community.
Yes, إذن which and its. Yes. هاي بالنسبة للريلاتيف pronouns who أو which with. طبعا who that طبعا we can use it with things and with people. بينما who only with person or people. والwhich مع ايش؟ مع things. طيب. The genitive with apostrophe. Paraphrase the paraphrase below by means of noun modified by relative clause, as in the board. For example, John's hat يعني the hat that Jones has, that John has. هنا في عنا ايش؟ في عنا genitive with s, apostrophe s. Number 2 or number 1, sorry. قلنا John's story. حسام.
The story that John told.
Yes, إذن the story that John told. Yes. Next. Next. John's present. What does this mean? John's present. What does this mean? It means ايش؟
The present
the present that
John gave.
John brought مثلا أو give me مثلا. Okay. إذن see the present that John brought. Okay. Next. John's mistake.
The mistake that John makes.
Yes. Then the mistake that John made. Yes, or makes. John's punishment. The punishment that John John received. Okay. Then the punishment that John received. Next. John's supper. The supper that
John has.
That John has. Okay. Or that John ate, for example. Okay. Right. Next. His father consent. Then we say the consent is that
He has given.
on father's consent. يعني the consent that
The consent
that his father gave.
Give it.
أو gave. Okay. أو will give. His father's interest. We say the interest that is
that he takes.
Yes, that he takes. His father conclusion.
طب دكتور ليه مو مثلا the interest that his father
has مثلا. Okay. أو takes. It أو takes. أو the interest that he takes. أو the interest that his father has. Okay. His father conclusion.
The conclusion that he comes to.
Yes, even the conclusion that his father comes to. His father influence. The influence that his father has. Okay, that his father has. His uncle's murder.
The murder that he suffered.
The murder that he received. His uncle's murder.
Received. Okay.
Yes, received. Okay. بالنسبة للجنتيف طبعا how do we explain them? Yes. Genitive with S or with O. Write the form of genitive with apostrophes or O, which could be related to the following sentences. If two forms are possible, give them both. One example is given here. For example, John has a brother. We can go on a genitive. John's brother. Okay. John's brother. Number two. Thomas has a sister. What can we say about this? How can we make genitive? Huh?
Thomas's sister?
Yes, Thomas's sister. Yes. Thomas's sister. عم بيكون apostrophe هون. Number three. Sophocles wrote plays. Sophocles plays.
Sophocles' plays.
Yes, we can say Sophocles' plays. Plays, or the plays of Sophocles. Yes, يعني نقدر نستخدم هنا الجينيتيف apostrophe جينيتيف أو of. Number four. Keats wrote poetry. How can we make it genitive? We say Keats's poetry on apostrophe S. The cow gives milk.
The cow's milk.
The cow's milk, yes. The cow's milk. The captain made an error.
The captain's error.
Yes, the captain's error, yes. The ship has a siren.
The ship's sirens.
The ship's siren, yes. The ship's siren. The siren made a noise. The siren made a noise. How can we make it genitive? We say the noise of the siren. The noise of here, we use of what? Of genitive. Somebody has a hat.
Maybe somebody's hat.
Yes, somebody's hat, yes. Somebody's hat. Something has a name.
The name of something.
The name of something, yes. The name of something. The school has history.
The history of a school.
History
Or the school
or the school's history, yes. Next, the word has a problem.
Doctor, can you repeat number 11?
The school has a history. نقول the history of the school or the school's history.
Yeah, thank you.
And we can both make both genitive. Apostrophes and of. The word has a problem.
The problems of the word.
The problems of the word or the word's a problem. And you can use both genitives. The word's a problem or the problems of the word. Europe has art measures, has art treasures. Yes,
The art treasures of Europe.
Yes, we can say the treasures of Europe or
the art treasures of Europe or Europe's art treasures.
Europe's art treasure or the art treasure of Europe. Next. The holiday lasted a week.
A week's holiday.
Yes, a week's holiday. Yes, a week's holiday. The work took a year.
A year's work.
A year work, yes. My brother-in-law has a house.
My brother-in-law's house.
My brother-in-law's house. My parents gave their consent.
My parents' consent.
My parents. طبعا هنا بنستخدم apostrophe, okay?
Yeah.
My parents' consent. The man over there has a name.
The name of the man over there?
Yes, the name of the man over there or the man's name over there. We can use both here. This book has pages.
The pages of the book.
Yes, the pages of the book.
Or the book's pages.
لا منقولش هنا we don't use apostrophe s. ونستخدم of genitive, yes. The newspaper published this evening.
This evening's newspaper?
Yes, this evening's newspaper, yes. Now double genitive. Exercise 58. Form a sentence with double genitive if one can be formed acceptably from the following material. John is one of my friends. طبعا هاي ايش؟ we should use what we call here double genitive. John is one of my friends. طبعا هنا في عندنا of genitive. Can we make it another genitive here?
John is a friend of mine.
Yes. John is a friend of mine. Yes. And John is a friend of mine. Okay. Next, one of Dr. Black's patients has died.
We cannot make it double
Yes,
genitive.
no, yeah, we cannot make it double genitive here, yes. Next one, the dog or that dog, Jack's dog has torn my trousers. I can make it double genitive here.
The dog of Jack's has torn my.
We say the dog of Jack's has torn my trousers. Where is that key? The one you have. The one you have.
Where is that key? Yours?
Yes, إذا نقول where is that key of yours? Where is that key of yours? Next, where is the key, the one you have?
We cannot make a double genitive.
Yes, no change. We cannot make it double genitive. Yes. Then those new shoes, I mean yours, look very smart.
Those new shoes of yours look
Yes.
very smart.
Then those new shoes of yours, yes, those or these new shoes of yours look very smart, yes. This is Dr. Black's secretary.
No change.
No
There's
change.
no double.
No
Yeah.
change. This book, John Christie's, is very amusing. We say this book
Of Johnny Christie's.
of John Christie's.
Yes, it's
very amusing. Yes,
amazing.
that is a tale told by an idiot.
No change.
No change. Yes. These exercises you set are quite easy.
These exercises of yours are quite easy.
Yes. And these exercises of yours are quite easy. بالنسبة للدبل genitive, yes. Exercise 59, personal, reflexive, and possessive pronouns. Supply personal, reflexive, possessive pronoun to place each of the dashes in the passage. Below each passage is a continuous context. Number 1. طبعا في personal pronouns زي I, he, she, it أو my أو our أو her أو his and so on. في reflexive فيهم self أو possessive. Yes. Number 1. This is my property.
It.
Yeah.
It is my own.
Yes, it is my own.
I bought it.
I bought it. Yes.
My paid.
I paid.
I
okay.
Paid. For it.
For it.
Out of my own money. So it is mine.
It is mine. Yes, it is mine. Yes. Next. One must take care of
its own.
طبعا في عندنا possessive. One must take care of one's own property. طبعا one's apostrophe s. And look after property هنا. Here it refers to property. So what's the pronoun here? هو
oneself.
لا هون after it يعني property. It refers to property. فبنقول one must take care of one's own property and look after it يعني look after the property. هون شو بنحط بعديها الفراغ بعديها؟ oneself أو himself. oneself or himself. إذا تصير الجملة one must take care of one's own property and look after it oneself or himself. أو herself حتى. طيب. If you keep an animal شو البروناون هون؟ You must look after الانيمال هون.
After it.
It properly. برضه هون الانيمال شو بنقول كمان؟ ها؟ It cannot always
It also.
after هنا reflexive.
Itself.
Itself, yes. Even if you keep an animal, you must look after it properly. It cannot always look after itself. Next. طبعا هون فينا myself number 3. شو بنقول هنا؟ البروناون I. إذا I think of myself too much. My mother thinks of me as well and often forgets to think of
herself.
Yes. Herself. They must do on their طبعا شو البوسيسيف؟ their duty as we must do we here وفي معنى هون ايش؟ برضه possessive pronoun as we must do what? Ours, yes. We have kept برضه نفس الشيء here refers to we. Our promise. Let them keep. طبعا هون their promise شو بصير هنا؟ Let them keep theirs يعني ايش؟ يعني their promise. Theirs. هون عندنا possessive pronoun. The next one, she knows. طبعا هنا في she own mind. شو البروناون هي؟ She knows.
She knows her own mind.
Her own mind, yes. She knows her own mind, but he doesn't know
His
own at all.
at all.
Yes, he loses his temper while
he always
she
yeah.
while she always keeps هون possessive pronoun شو بنقول while she keeps
herself.
Yes, hers. She keeps هون reflexive. She keeps ايش؟ herself here reflexive under perfect control but شو البروناون هنا؟ طبعا هون نحكي عن الثاني. طبعا he cannot. Yes. Next, every country has طبعا country
their own tradition.
لا country هنا. Every country its own traditions and prides. reflexive هنا.
Itself.
On what?
On them.
On them like traditions. We must all maintain those traditions and pass them on to our children. Yes. Do you see that flower in front of طبعا you here لأنه ثاني. You recognize it. Then tell
me
its name. Tell me its name. Yes. Exercise 60. Replace each of the bracketed parts of sentence below by appropriate personal or reflexive pronoun. Number 1. Okay. نستخدم يا personal أو reflexive. Sentence number 1. John and Mary said they would go out by
themselves.
themselves. Yes, themselves.
Them.
Mary assured John that she could look after Mary. Huh?
Herself.
Herself, yes. John told Mary that he would look after Mary. Then John look after Mary. شو بنقول هنا؟ After what?
Her.
Her, yes. You, Mary, will have to look after Mary. Mary, you will have to look at
Yourself.
yourself, yes. Can you and Mary look after you and Mary? طبعا فينا plural. شو بنقول؟
Yourselves.
Yourselves. Can you and Mary get supper for you, Mary and me? For ايش هنا؟ بما انه مي معهم شو بنقول for ايش؟ For us.
Us.
Us, yes. Can you, Mary and I get supper for you? لو you وماري ومي.
Ourselves.
Ourselves, yes. One must learn to look after one these days. شو بصير on one?
Oneself.
Oneself, yes. I have just been out to get me a cup of coffee. To get what here?
Myself.
Myself, yes. Many people believe many people. يعني شو many people believe ايش؟
Themselves.
Themselves. Themselves. Everybody clings to his illusion about everybody.
Himself.
Himself or herself, yes. وأنا فعلا his illusion نقول himself. The Roman eventually had enemies all about the Roman. The Romans eventually had enemies all about them, yes. If you look around, شو نقول if you look around إيش؟ Us, we see that we are just as other men are. Alexander always kept faithful friend beside
Him.
Yes. The last one, when he found that he had been betrayed, he was beside
Himself with fury.
himself, yes. بالنسبة للreflexive والpersonal pronouns. Okay. في عندنا relative pronouns. طبعا relative pronouns ده who, which, وذات. في عندنا whose كمان الpossessive. Indicate whether the relative pronouns X can be that, or which, or who, or whom, or whose, or zero. If two or more answers are possible, give them both or. Number 1. The word
That or which he
that
entered
or which,
was
yes.
a strange one.
مظبوط. That or which. 2.
or zero صح؟
The word he entered. ممكن zero كمان نستخدم. The word he entered يعني without that or which. أو نستخدم that or which. Number 2.
He took 2 rooms for which he paid.
For which he paid, yes. Next.
Yes.
The theater.
Which or that he
Which
usually
or
went
that
towards
went to
the real.
He wrote several novels, but only one of which. Yes. The man إيش? Who or that spoke
Who that?
to me just now is an astronaut. The man نفس الشيء.
That who?
Now whom لأنه في عندنا object هنا تكون object.
Yeah.
Whom you were just speaking to is his brother. Okay. He is a man about
Whom?
برضه object كمان. The man
whose
whose هنا possessive. Whose brother. Yes.